friends. Happy Friday afternoon. Coming to you from Daisy. And it's Jersey Day, so I know a lot of us were wearing some favorite team jerseys today. And I've got Wilbur here beside me. I've got a painting of Wilbur on this side. And I'd love to read the next chapter of Charlotte's Web to you. I believe we left off on chapter 12. And chapter 12 is called A Meeting. Chapter 12, A Meeting. I wonder who the meeting is with. Let's find out. One afternoon, a few days after the writing had appeared in Charlotte's Web, the spider called a meeting of all the animals in the barn cellar. Do you remember what that writing was in her web? Do you remember what she wrote? What Charlotte wrote in her web? It was pretty amazing, right? Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Remember she wrote, "Some pig." And Mr. Zuckerman said, "Boy, that is really some pig." And Mrs. Zuckerman says, "I think we have an amazing spider." Maybe the spider is the one that's amazing. So anyways, Charlotte is calling a meeting of the animals. "I shall begin by calling the roll. Wilbur." She says, "Wilbur." Wilbur says, "Here I am." "Gander." Here, said the gander. "You sound like three ganders," muttered Charlotte. "Why can't you just say here? Why do you have to repeat everything?" "It's my idiosyncrasy," replied the gander. "Goose?" asked Charlotte. Here, said the goose. Charlotte glared at her. "Goslings 1 through 7. Beep, 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 beep," said the goslings. They just gave little BBBs, and I think I heard 7 of them. "This is going to be quite a meeting," said Charlotte. Anybody would think we had 3 ganders, 3 geese, and 21 goslings. "Sheep, hee-yah," answered all the sheep together. "Lambs, hee-yah," answered the lambs all together. "Templeton," no answer. "Templeton," no answer again. "Well, we're all here except the rat," said Charlotte. "I guess we can proceed without him. Now, all of you must have noticed what's been going on around here the last few days. The message that I wrote in my web praising Wilbur has been received. The Zuckermans have fallen for it, and so has everyone else. Zuckerman thinks Wilbur is an unusual pig, and therefore he won't want to kill him and eat him. I dare say my trick will work, and Wilbur's life will be saved." "Hooray!" cried everybody. And what do you think Wilbur said? Wilbur, "Thank you very much, Charlotte." "Thank you very much," said Charlotte. "Now, I called this meeting in order to get suggestions. I need new ideas for the web. People are already getting sick of reading the word "some pig." If anyone can think of another message or remark, I'd be glad to weave it into my web. Any suggestions for a new slogan? "How about Pig Supreme?" said one of the lambs. "No good," said Charlotte. "It sounds like a rich dessert." "How about terrific, asked the goose. "Cut down to 1 terrific, and that might just do very nicely," said Charlotte. "I think terrific might impress Zuckerman." "But Charlotte," said Wilbur. "Charlotte, I'm not terrific." "That doesn't make a particle of difference," replied Charlotte. "Not one particle. People believe almost anything they see in print. Does anyone here know how to spell terrific?" "I think," said the gander, "it's TEERRREEFFESSSSSS. "No, what kind of an acrobat do you think I am?" said Charlotte in disgust. "I would have to have St. Vitus's dance to weave a word like that in my web." Sorry, said the gander. Then the oldest sheep spoke up. "I agree that there should be something new written in the web if Wilbur's life is to be saved. And if Charlotte needs help in finding words, I think she can get it from our friend Templeton. The rat visits the dump regularly and has access to old magazines. He can tear out bits of advertisements and bring them up here to the barn cellar so that Charlotte can have something to copy. Good idea, said Charlotte, but I'm not sure Templeton will be willing to help. You know how he is. Always looking out for himself, never thinking of the other fellow. I bet I can get him to help, said the old sheep. I'll appeal to his basic instincts, of which he has plenty. Here he comes now. Everybody keep quiet while I put the matter up to him. The rat entered the barn the way he always did, creeping along close to the wall. What's up? He asked, seeing the animals assembled. We're holding a directors' meeting, replied the old sheep. Well, break it up, said Templeton. Meetings bore me. And the rat began to climb a rope that hung against the wall. Look, said the old sheep, next time you go to the dump, Templeton, bring back a clipping from a magazine. Charlotte needs new ideas so she can write messages in her web and save Wilbur's life. Let him die, said the rat. I should worry. You'll worry all right when next winter comes, said the sheep. You'll worry all right on a 0 morning next January when Wilbur is dead and nobody comes down here with a nice pail of warm slops to pour into the trough. Wilbur's leftover food is your chief source of supply, Templeton. You know that. Wilbur's food is your food. Therefore, Wilbur's destiny and your destiny are closely linked. If Wilbur is killed and his trough stands empty day after day, you'll grow so thin we could see right through your stomach and see objects on the other side. Templeton's whiskers quivered a little bit. Maybe you're right, he said gruffly. I'm making a trip to the dump tomorrow afternoon anyway. I'll bring back a magazine clipping if I find one. Thanks, said Charlotte. The meeting is now adjourned. I have a busy evening ahead of me. I've got to tear my web apart and write terrific. Wilbur blushed. There goes Wilbur blushing again. What do you think he's going to say? What's he going to say to Charlotte? But I'm not terrific, Charlotte. I'm just about average for a pig. You're terrific as far as I'm concerned, replied Charlotte sweetly, and that's what counts. You're my best friend, and I think you are sensational. Now stop arguing and get some sleep. With that, I bet that Wilbur curled up to have a good night's sleep, and Charlotte is going to be very busy working on her web. There is a picture I wanted to show you here, and here is where the animals were meeting, and you can see Wilbur. Do you see Charlotte up in the corner? Can you find Fern in there with the geese and the sheep and the lambs, the gander, the goslings? So that was during their meeting. So what do you think of that plan? Do you think that plan will work? Do you think Charlotte is going to outsmart all those people and find a way to save her friend, Wilbur? He's a pretty good friend, isn't he? And Charlotte is an amazing friend. Okay, so when we come back next time, we'll start chapter 13. And chapter 13 says, good progress. So what do you think the progress is going to be? What kind of progress in chapter 13? Oh, maybe some progress on the web. Maybe terrific. Why don't you think about how you spell terrific? Why don't you think and picture how the web could look like with the word terrific in it? You might even want to make your own web. You might draw it, put the word terrific in it. If you would like to make a picture, why don't you see if an adult can help you post that in the comment? Let's think about what the next web could look like. Until next time, take care and be good. See you soon.